Enraged, Muzan calls them a bunch of pesky flies, saying that they have nothing but pitiful tricks. However, he is interrupted by Obanai, who attacks him with serpent-breathing third form, Coil Choke. While this happens, Gyome thinks to himself that this addition to their numbers and Obanai manifesting a bright red blade has helped them, and it also allows him to concentrate more. The stone Hashira clangs his weapons together, and upon impact, both of them change color to bright red. He swings at Muzan and knocks off his entire left shoulder, exposing his spine. The demon pauses, and Sanemi yells to Giyu to prepare himself as he swings his blade at Giyu, turning both of their weapons bright red as well. A crow arrives overhead and announces that dawn will break in 1 hour and 3 minutes. With this, Sanemi declares that there is no problem, as they will chop Muzan into pieces. Yushiro injects Tanjiro multiple times with the antidote to Muzan's poison. The demon slayers around him ask if injecting Tanjiro so many times is safe for him. He quiets them and says that Tanjiro's condition has been worsening since Muzan struck him. The demon slayers try to free Tanjiro's katana from his hands, but he has a very tight grip on it. Yushiro takes this as a sign that Tanjiro still has the will to fight. Suddenly, the demon slayer holding Tanjiro's head yells out, saying that he felt his pulse return. They attempt to wake him up, and when one of them mentions that Muzan might get away, they are all completely stunned as Tanjiro's katana begins to creak, and his grip on it tightens considerably, and he jolts back awake. Back at the fight with Muzan, a Kikuchi hidden out of sight peers over to see how things are faring and hopes that they might hold out until dawn. Yome cleaves off the left half of Muzan's torso, and Sanemi rushes over to a pile of seals on the ground and puts one on his forehead. As soon as he puts it on, he can see Kanao, Zenitsu, and Inosuke. Inosuke declares that he wants a bright red blade like the Hashira. Sanemi launches the wind-breathing seventh form, Gale Sudden Gusts, towards Muzan. Gyome is relieved at the arrival of the new fighters, as it allows him to concentrate more. Looking into the transparent world, he sees that Muzan has multiple hearts and brains, and thus will not die if they chop his head off. He also knows that they move around his entire body, making it difficult to actually strike them. An idea suddenly strikes him. If the others could also see Muzan in the transparent world, they would be able to strike the organs simultaneously. He calls out to the others to look closely at Muzan's body and see if their vision changes. Obanai is able to do so and is shocked at the sight. He doesn't have long to ponder this idea, however, as Muzan launches a devastating attack in all directions, crushing everything around him. The Kikuchi is shocked at the sound and looks over again to see what had happened. He is dumbfounded as he sees Muzan standing alone in the heavily damaged surrounding area, looking right next to him. He is even more baffled as he sees Gyome knocked into the building he is hiding behind, having lost his leg. His horror only grows as he sees Sanemi flung into the upper story of a tall building, while Obanai, Zenitsu, and Inosuke are all unconscious in the rubble, and Giyu's sword arm has been severed. Kanao's sword falls to pieces as her seal falls off, and she falls to her knees with Muzan right in front of her. She tries to urge herself to stand up and attack him, but she can only stare transfixed at him in fear and shock. The Kikuchi rushes from his hiding place to attack, but Tanjiro interrupts Muzan's attack with the Hinokami Kagura, Beneficent Radiance, cutting off Muzan's arm, and Muzan looks at it in concern, as it does not grow back immediately. Tanjiro apologizes to Kanao for being late, handing her off to the Kikuchi. He turns to face Muzan, who says that the boy looks positively awful and taunts him, saying that in his current condition it is difficult to tell who the demon is between the two of them. As he gazes at the boy, Muzan is reminded of Yorichi and says that he makes his skin crawl. Tanjiro challenges Muzan, saying that they should finish it all. Tanjiro thought about how his understanding drastically changed after seeing the proper forms of the Hinokami Kagura with his own eyes. He noticed wasted movements, variations in the angle of his wrists, differences in footwork, and the intervals between breaths. Tanjiro stands in front of Muzan and thanks Yorichi for his actions, including sparing Tamayo, whose own works had aided the demon slayers, and for showing his sun breathing, with which Tanjiro could assuredly defeat Muzan. He thinks to himself about how he had pondered over what the 13th form could be, and how he noticed the 1st and 12th forms had similar names, recalling that his father had told him that if he learned to breathe properly, he would be able to dance forever. Tanjiro's suspicions were confirmed when he saw Muzan's current state. Performing all 12th forms sequentially would complete a ring that would result in the 13th form. Tanjiro plans to attack Muzan by connecting all forms together and continuing to strike his brain and heart until dawn. Realizing the gravity of his task, Tanjiro understands how someone such as the Flame Hashira, who spoke with Yoriichi about his fight with Muzan, could lose confidence